guys, it's your girl Star and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button while you're here. And you guys already clicked the title of this video, so you know what this video about. This is about the home buying process. This is probably the most requested video I have gotten off my social media. Like, I get so many requests. How did you buy a home? How did you build your home? What did you have to go through? How did you find a house? What builder did you? This is just like a lot of questions, okay? So I'm basically gonna break this video down to two parts. If you want a part two in this video, make sure you comment down below part two, sis. Like, I need you to drop it to me, basically. So these are the same tips that my father always told me when I was younger. He never liked the idea of me renting at all. My dad's Haitian, okay? And he was just like, no, save your money, save your l'argent. Actually, like that's it. So I'm just like, okay, me being young, I'm renting, I'm out there. So now I finally purchased a home before 30, and that's a huge milestone for me. Like, it is amazing. So I'm gonna give you the same tips my dad gave me that helped with this home buying process for me, my partner. Live within your means, sis. Now, you know what I mean when I say this. Like, don't be on YouTube looking at these YouTubers, big old 10-bedroom houses, and no, don't do that. No, do what you can live under. The best thing is to not be house broke. Like, pay your bills, but you don't feel after you get paid. That is the best feeling, honestly. To pay your mortgage, pay your light, pay your water, pay your cable bill, go to the grocery store, and you still got money in the bank, and you still have money in your wallet, and you're not broke after your payday. Like, that's amazing, okay? You know what a job is? Just over broke. Because if you're living paycheck to paycheck, and trust me, sis, I lived paycheck to paycheck house broke. I would literally be like, if I didn't get paid for a whole 2 weeks, like, I'm behind 2 or 3 months. I'm doing extensions after extensions. Like, you don't want to live that life when you get a house, sis. Like, you don't. So live between your means. Make sure whatever house you're getting, the house you want, you can afford. And if it's you and your partner or you and your husband, great. Make sure if anything happened between you, him, or her, the other can basically still survive and still pay the mortgage and still pay the bills for the time being. Now, if you cannot do that, then you're probably not ready to buy a house, because you don't want to set yourself up for a 30-year failure. Like, this is 30 years you're signing up for. Like, think about it, sis. Live between your means. This tip is so important when it comes down to the home buying process, is to manage your finances. That's like, I just hit a nail on the wall, huh, sis? Manage your finances, okay? You're gonna have to make some sacrifices when you're trying to buy a house. This ain't no put a down payment, 1,000, 2,000. No, it's not. Manage your finances, sis. If you can't save $50 on your check in your savings, you're not ready for a house. Like, you're not ready to get a house, sis. You want it, you want to manifest it, but you need to put yourself in a position to take off. And if you can't start off small by saving $20 here, $50 here, then you're probably not mentally ready to buy a house. And I'm not telling this to be mean. I'm not trying to be an asshole. I'm just keeping it real. Before you buy a house, you need to be mentally ready first, because this is your house. This is a 30-year deal for you and your family. Like, you really need to put yourself together. Like, manage your finances. Talk to somebody, your financial advisor. Make sure your checks in order. Make sure your taxes are in order. Make sure you're filing your taxes. Make sure you are making a 1 year, 2 year, 3 year plan with your finances. Make sure you're saving some money, sis. Like, manage your finances, manage your spending. If you're spending too much money on stuff you don't need, then you obviously don't need to get it. This is the best tip I ever heard. If you can't buy it 3 times, you can't afford it. You cannot afford it if you can't buy it 3 times. Yeah, I want to buy me this bag, but can I buy it 3 times? No, then I can't afford it. It ain't meant for me. That's, if you put it in that way, I'm telling you. And another way to not put yourself in debt that I see a lot of people do is they always have this mental idea that it's okay, I'll pay it for it later. You'll be paying for it for a long time. If that's how you're thinking, you're not managing your finances correctly. So manage your finances in order to put yourself in a position to buy a home. Honestly, you can't probably get a mortgage without it. You need credit, sis. Make sure you fix your credit. So if you want to buy a house, or the idea to buy a home is somewhere in your ball frame, and you manage your finances and you're living in between your means, and you're like, okay, this is great. Check your credit. Make sure your credit speaks for everything else. Now, before me and Bae even went to this process, it honestly took me and her probably a year and a half fixing our credit, paying off stuff, clearing off stuff that wasn't there or don't need to be there. You get what I'm saying? Like, making sure we was on top of it. Now, fixing your credit isn't a walk in the ballpark. Like, it ain't like, bam, this is it. Like, it's a progressive goal. Like, it takes a while. Obviously, it takes 90 days for all the credit bureaus to be catch up with this one inquiry you got, or this one new credit line that you got. And it takes probably 30 to 60 days for your credit to keep getting reported, because it depends on who's doing your credit or who's reporting it, because they report it different. They doing it at a different time frame. Sometimes they take forever. If you pay off something, like for example, I paid off my car before. When I say it took a good 60 days before I finally see that payout on my credit, this is a very time consuming month to month based thing. So take a year to fix your credit. To buy a home, you need at least a 620 to buy a home. Some places will do under 500 below, but your interest rate will be too high. And if your interest rate is too high, your mortgage is going to be high. You don't want to pay a $16, $19, or a $2,000 mortgage. You don't want to do that. Your mortgage is based off, I'm gonna give y'all a circle. Hopefully I can find a picture and put it right here. Your mortgage is based off interest, probably a mortgage premium. Basically, the banks want to make sure that you can pay it. So it's like a mortgage insurance, depending on how much you also put down. Because if you put more than 20%, then you won't have that mortgage insurance. But if you put less than 20%, you will have mortgage insurance. And on top of that, then you have your actual principal that you'll be paying on the mortgage. And then sometimes, depending on where you build the house or buy the house, you might have HOA fees, homeowners insurance. That could be a bitch. Extra $150 a month, that could go in your pocket. Like, all this goes into your mortgage. But that interest rate that they give you, if you have a 500 below credit score, that interest rate they'll give you, honey, it's a huge chunk coming out that you're gonna be paying, and it's ridiculous. It's not worth it, sis. So make sure you fix your credit. You can go to Lexington Law Firm. They can run your credit for you. I think they charge $25 to $50 a month. I use them. I recommend them. Or you can fix it on your own, because after I used them, I eventually get what they were doing, and I basically saved money, and I started doing it on my own. But if you don't got time for that shit, hire somebody, but fix your credit. Like, if you guys like this video, don't forget to hit that like button if you haven't already. Hit that subscribe button. I will see y'all in my next video. Peace.